just reset stream. Okay. So my actual Wi-Fi has been having issues lately. Like the actual Wi-Fi itself. I have the Ethernet cable. That's fine. All of that's fine. It's the actual Wi-Fi that's just been not working. So that's fun. That's fun. I'm gonna have to look into that. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Yay. Let's keep pulling. You didn't miss anything, so don't worry. Don't worry. Wow, 4 stars I already have, so I can get more wishes. Sweet. And this is number 5. Nothing yet. Hello, Razor again. Yeah, you guys get extra dailies today. Extra dailies. Number 6. Nope. Hi, Zhangling. Did I read the Wuwei 1.2 notes? I read a few of them. I read, like, we're getting, like, a device so we don't have to switch to a shooting character, which I like. Which is awesome, actually. Still nothing. Alright. Now we do one at a time because we're at 70. Yeah, free Zhangli Yao. It's exciting. Alright, number 72. Nope. Combinator, welcome on in as well. 73 is a no. 74 is a no. 75, nope. 76. Nope. We got a book. 77. Nope. Calling 78. Well, his 78. Let's see. Nope. 79. Rain, your magic. Is it gonna be her? It's her!
Hello, my name is Emily. Is your inquiry perfume related by any chance? If your inquiry is of a different nature, I suggest we find a quieter place to talk.
Let's go! We win! More time to save for Natlin. We love it. We love it. We win! Win-win! We got her. We got her. Plenty of stuff for Natlin. Plenty of stuff for Natlin. We got her. We got her. Alright. Now we just gotta come up with a better friendship team. So Emily's gonna be on this team. He focuses on burning.
I'm quite flattered.
I still need to level up Siege Queen, so we'll have Bennett on the team. I haven't had Bennett on one of these teams in a while.
I won't hold you back.
Alright. But we got her. We got her. Let's level her up. Let's level her up. Leveling her up. I got all the stuff she needs, of course. You guys know me. You guys know me. Getting her weapon? No, no. I need to save. I need to save. Saving for Natlin. We are saving. Alright, we just need to level her up. Have to save for Natlin too. That's fair. That's fair. Can't believe she's our last Fontaine character before Natlin. It's crazy. I don't have enough Dundle Drums. Uh-oh. My pre-farming. Ah. Ah. Alright. Go, 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 go. I have to craft a bunch of these. And how many do I have? 3, so I can just 4. Okay. There we go. Now it streams on your test day. Oh no. At least you can watch it afterwards. That's good. That's a good part of it. There we go.
Many things can only be seen clearly when you shine a strong light up.
There we go. Level 90 Emilie. Hell yeah. And now her talents. Best part of the stream. Watching me just level up all this crazy stuff, because I'm crazy. Lumidos. Her attack name is Shadow Hunting Spear. That's awesome. That's awesome. 10-second cooldown is something else. Yeah, I'm really glad they added a better cooldown. That's a lot better. It's a lot better. Just defeat a boss, teleport away, teleport back. Boop, there it is. Makes it a lot quicker. Which is very, very nice. Because if you're farming one boss at a time, that's like 3 minutes in between each one. Which is not fun. Not fun. I think I can... With the talent books I have, I think I can get her to 8. I think I can get her to 8. Yeah, I can. I can get her to 8. Got so many of these feathers from Arlecchino's boss. There we go. Level 8. All talents for Emilie, level 8. Alright. Sweet. Go to Serenity Pot and put her in there so I don't forget, because last time I forgot was Sigewinne. I don't want to forget. Sethos and Claran, you guys can rest. And Emilie. There we go. Weehaw. Well, it's in Yunli's Light Cone, and Yunli helped me clear MOC and AS. Nice! I need to get better at clearing those, because I'm only at like 7 at Apocalyptic Shadow right now. I need to get good, lol.
If you ever have...
I need to get good. Alrighty. Oh yeah, right. Commission stuff. I'm good at this, I swear. But what's the button? I can't do that in here. Yeah, I need to convert my resin for commissions and everything. Not Inazoom, I need to go to Leeway. What am I doing? Nope. I'm not doing that commission. Do this one. I hate safe conduct. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, and I won't do it. I refuse. I refuse. $14 pity, really nice. Very nice. I don't have any artifacts or anything on Emilie, I just realized. Emilie Genshin builds. Okay. Let's see. Obviously, yeah, Lumidos Elegy. I don't have that or that. Deathmatch. Alright, let me just switch that, and I'll switch this one onto you. An Unfinished Reverie. Do I have good Unfinished Reverie artifact sets? Nope, I did not even click the set. There we go. Okay, that one's actually pretty good. So she needs crit, ER, and attack. I'll take that one. And she wants attack on this. That one. And she wants Dendro damage. Okay, I do have a Dendro damage one. That's not that bad. And then crit rate, or crit damage. Take that one, okay. I have all this stuff from my farming of Arlecchino, so... Now we have to level up all these artifacts. Isn't this your just favorite part of the stream, guys? Your favorite part of the stream? Don't you guys just love this? Gonna do it? Gonna do a temple? Good luck. I'm wishing you luck. There we go, we got a crit rate roll, that's better. Another crit rate roll. Nice. Spoke too soon. We got a few bad ones to start off with. That's usually how it happens with me. And another crit rate. Okay, we take it. Alright. What are we gonna get? Another HP. Okay. Just go into ER or crit damage, please. Thank you. Again. ER, we'll take it. Take it. A little bit of crit rate. A little bit of crit rate. Take it. Ah, HP. This the shinging sound is going to be burned into my head. Another HP, great. Well, she's going to be bulky. That's good. What's it going to be? Defense. Please don't roll into defense again. Attack, okay. EM, nice. More attack. I'd prefer the crit rate, but you know. Attack, okay. Okay. Crown. More attack, but that's attack percent, so that's better. ER, nice. HP. HP and attack. Alright. Alright, what do I have here? Oh yeah, I forgot about the standard wishes you get. Nice. Let's see. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty good ratio. 1 to 3. Energy recharge could be better, but not terrible. Not terrible. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. Oh god. Oh god. Well, hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I'll check it out in Discord afterwards. Okay.
Another test.
I'm going in. Transfixed.
Go Arlecchino. Hey, don't hit me with a hammer. Like that. And bye bye. Let me hit the drops. What's it doing? What's it doing? I don't know what that is. I haven't watched the collected miscellany yet. I don't know what it's doing. It's firing everywhere. What is happening? Anime, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on into the stream. I have no idea what it was doing. It was just like, I'm gonna all that everywhere. Why not? I'm like, okay. Get the resin up. Nice. Gonna collect all these. Nice. And that. Fun music, but it's sadding.
Add Astra.
It's a nice peaceful song, right? They always... Why does Genshin love doing that? Give us a nice peaceful song that's used as background music for a death. I don't know. I don't know why they do it. Alright, well, we have a new story quest. Emilie's. Where do we meet? Port Ormos. Okay, wasn't expecting that. I think they said that in the program or something, but my brain forgets. It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks. Before we do start, I need to go to the bathroom. That just really kicked in. Be right back. Again, I'll show you Zhongli. You guys like Zhongli, so I'll show him to you guys while I go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. He's here. He's here. Get them all cuddled up with the rest of the plushies. There we go. There we go. Silicon dioxide? No way. I'm sand. I'm sand. I'm opal. I'm opal. I'm all opal the place. That's a bad one. Anyways. Anyways. Diesel, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Getting the bucket hat. Oh, we are in a Sumeru area. That's right. That's right. That is right. Switch back over here. 4-star weapon. I have deathmatch on her. That's what the best one that I looked up apparently was. So, yeah, I am too tall to be Opal. Not Steven Universe Opal. I can be a giant woman. I can be a giant woman.
What could the children be up to?
Right.
Never mind. Let them do as they please.
You know, I might switch this team around a little bit again. I'll do Arlecchino there, Emilie there, and then I'll do Nihida on the team. That might be better. I'm too short. Hey, I'm tall enough to be Opal. If I'm Opal, where's my bow? You got me there. Damn. You know, fun fact, I actually did used to have Pearl Spear and Amethyst Whip, so I could have just fused them together, but I don't have them anymore, unfortunately. I actually made them. They make me unfuse. Homeworld gem. Alright, let's get to Emilie's quest. Wait, 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 wait. We're good. Now to get the glider on. I'm something. I'm something, alright. Is that my boy Twig? Is that Twiggy? It's Twiggy!
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Damn.
Hey, Tainari!
I've heard you guys have been saying this really good, so I'm
It's you
excited.
two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port
I can't
Ormos?
open this bottle.
We didn't
There
have
we go.
anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's
flowers
with
from all
the
over the place,
flowers
wow.
around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat. So
That's
I
pretty
came
cool.
to help out. The
Listen to the info?
exhibition
Okay.
includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs.
Okay.
With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharuar capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Oh.
Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Port Ormos Bop.
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out.
Every single
The
minute
expert
detail is
in
important. Oh
charge is
yeah.
Someone else.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He,
I'll try and solve the
he
problem. Yeah.
confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Uh-oh.
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, traveler, Paimon.
Should I bring my
Looks like
whiteboard
I've
up from the
got something
basement?
to take care of. I'll be back
Be like,
in just a moment.
Connecting.
Tainari's busy.
I'd
no
switch over to
matter
this
where
screen
he
and
is,
just be like,
huh?
connecting it all. Yes. It'd take me a couple minutes probably. Should I? Do you guys if you really want if you guys really want me to, I will. If you really want me to. You guys want me? Okay. All right. All right. All right. I guess I have to bring up my whiteboard. All right. Zhang Li's going to guard the chair while I go struggle to bring that upstairs. It's not too heavy. It should be fine. Okay. All right. It's my detective hat. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Clanging sounds. Oh, that wasn't me at first. That was my brother, actually. He wrote the whiteboard in here. That's heavy. Okay. So, move you back. Oh, why you flipped? Just go in the damn hole. There we go. We got. Oh my god. All right. Whiteboard. We did it. At least not perfectly fucking vertical. Yeah. Don't want to go in the center of the earth. You catch my breath. It's bigger than I remember it being. You know? I'm gonna store it. Well, maybe in front of the closet. That's what he said. Oh yeah, apparently so. All right. Well, this will be when we need to work on detective stuff. This will be our detective board. I guess. Detective board. Sure. Why not? We're changing the title of the stream. We are detectives. Now, what the heck did I just... Detectives. Alright. Alright, let's keep going with the story quest for now. There's no whiteboard behind me. Brilliant.
Yeah, seems like it.
Brilliant.
Some people just need supervision. Well, looks like Kainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
Laurel Det Blood Dew. Let's see what kind of flowers they have. Let's see what kind of flowers they have. Maybe they have like flowers from future nations. Doesn't look like it. That's dendrobiums, Chingshin, glazed flowers, Naku weed. Wait, up, I'm going over here. Certain details I found important. Yes.
Flowers!
I remember the pots.
So
The pots are contain moisture.
Huh?
Eat. Bless you, Paimon. Remembering that. You guys can't see where I wrote it. It's on the top left. I wrote it awfully. What is that eye? The double dotted eye. What did I do? There we go. Okay. So you can see now, barely, still out of shot. I wrote down information about the pots. There we go. We're doing this. Weed? No way! You doing okay, Paimon?
fine. She's just got a little...
Think they just reveal flowers from now on tonight? I can hope. I can hope.
Rainbow
Emily!
roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
Emily's here.
It's getting worse.
Oh no, Paimon. Maybe you're sick? Should we go find Tanari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
moment of your time, you two?
She's so pretty.
If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
She's so pretty. You pull for it? Go ahead. You're primos.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice. Wait!
Okay, wait. Okay, let's see. What were the flowers again? Rainbow roses, glazed lilies, and Cecilias. All right. Oopsies. Rainbow roses, glazed lilies, Cecilia. Okay. Flowers. That's sick. Or rainbow roses. Glazed lilies. Cecilia. I feel like a teacher. I feel like a teacher writing this all down.
Whoa,
Check normally, yeah.
Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore.
That's been the incense. Thank you, Emily.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either.
Nope. We are from Redacted. Oh, auto went off, that's right.
Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Aw, that's cute.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition?
Why are they showing
too?
up? Why not showing your face? It's pretty.
Hmm.
There you go.
I suppose that's accurate. Ah, allow me to introduce myself.
She's so pretty.
I'm
Oh my
Emily,
god.
a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon. Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
A lot about you as well, although I didn't expect to run into you in Sumeru.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
I think so, yeah.
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
Yeah. I do love her voice, yeah.
I've seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal.
Oh, your mom's a florist.
but
That makes sense
inhaling
then.
Various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction.
Okay.
There's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
Use up 2 tissue. Oh my god.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time, but Emily helped us out.
Emily? Ah, what a coincidence.
Oh, stream it.
Looks
Oh,
like
it's
my
doing it
word
again.
was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
No, it's not just you, it's me. Looks like it cleared up. It should be good now. Should be good now. Frames have stopped dropping, so it should be good. That's
It
weird.
was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Something like that, yeah.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit
True.
Borneal.
Look at the flashback. Look at the flashback.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes
Potential
no
detail.
sense.
Hang on, yeah. You blew this time. Flashback. To the Spirit Borneal. That affected the Traveler. One affected. Okay. Okay. Details. The devil's in the details, babe. Alright.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Exactly.
Hypatia. We love
I even
Hypatia.
encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Yeah.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't
Do you
allergic
remember
to anything
Hypatia?
delicious.
Is she gonna be important? Is she gonna make an appearance again?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
Because they're
In
dead.
addition to medicine, Emilie is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
Okay.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Never know what details would be
Wrong
important.
again,
True.
I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
You know, there are some details with the Star Rail quest that have caught my eye that on first playthrough didn't catch my eye, but like whenever you read the dialogue, I was like, wait a second. And I talk about that in the theory video next week. Hee. The Auguste variety, what's that?
It's a kind of flower that was
Oh,
once
I've read the Hardy
popular in
Boys, yeah.
Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, sorry.
Auguste, huh?
Auguste.
That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble.
Mount
It's
Essus?
sometimes used
Mount
as a
Essus
name for people
reference?
as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
No, but I feel like it's going to be important.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago.
Okay.
It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as
You got
a
our 30
result.
pity, hell yeah!
In the
Congrats,
end,
Reen!
Only a few
Now you have
wealthy
more time to
families were
save.
affected when the bubble popped.
Could have been a lot
What
worse,
does
yeah.
all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, is that like the luxury perfume?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
Damn. Okay, so it was called... Okay, well now it's different quest, so I can't go all the way back. Was it Perfume War? Perfume War? Or something? I'm gonna call it the Perfume War. I'm gonna do green. Perfume War. 20 years ago. Auguste. Auguste. Okay. That's a fun name, isn't it? Auguste.
10 million? Then what about now?
Calm down,
After
Paimon.
the mania ended, most perfumes
Mania, not
returned
war.
to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception.
Mania. Not war. Not war. Okay. 10 million more? Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
Its namesake,
Auguste.
the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of
Okay,
Auguste have
so
been made,
Auguste
and the
went
value of
extinct.
the perfume remains exceedingly high.
Flower went.
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making.
I need to write this down
The
too
bubble
now.
popped, all the flower beds used for its
Specially
cultivation were
cultivated.
destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
What's that last bit you just said? Flower beds destroyed. Fire. Flower bed. Fire. Rain, did you commit arson on these flowers? Rain, was this you?
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Did you? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well.
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a
Ohio.
rumor that the Auguste
Ohio
flower
gozaimasu.
has reappeared in Sumeru.
Konnichiwa, what's up?
It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers.
Oh, that's
haven't
even
received
okay.
any reports
38,000.
of new
That's
plant
great.
species recently.
That's
Even
great.
If I can locate the flower,
Yummy.
I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Okay.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also
Yo, Morning
more
Mist, welcome on in. How you doing? Doing
In
pretty
recent
good.
years, low-grade
Doing
counterfeit
Emily's story
versions
quest, of
the Ghost
course.
have been
We got
popping
her.
up on the Fontaine perfume.
We're having a lot of fun.
Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of a goose, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Okay.
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding the Auguste, even just
And Kenton, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're doing well.
Fontaine's
Welcome,
perfume market
welcome.
Can finally start to get back to normal. Then
I'm not
I'll
sure. I
uncover
haven't
all the
I haven't
stories and
tested her out
added
too
in
much,
and
so I'm not
just
sure what
focus
her
on
good
perfume
damage
I like.
is.
That
And
makes
busy
sense.
working, that's fair. I'm glad you could stop by.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only
Exactly.
right that we help each other out.
I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Oh yeah.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll
Okay.
know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a
Why is
visit
my
at the
travel gear? I
hotel.
think I was doing that for talents or something.
Edgar?
Level up some talents. Edgar Hussein.
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's
Okay.
also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
Oh.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
We gotta write down some stuff about Edgar now. So Edgar, flower expert. Not Emily. And hated Auguste. Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
A bit confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Then a perfume and a guy who's a flower expert. Yeah, we just saw that in the story. Alright. Let's go to the hotel. Talk to Edgar.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel.
Every Dendro
and
user has a
surrounding
mentor they
buildings.
look. Oh,
They're
that's
being
true.
used as temporary storage facilities
Emily fits
and
that
lodging
too.
for exhibition personnel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that more back?
Seems like they might have more to burn, yeah.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Okay.
Emily?
I feel like Kyria is going to be important, so let's write down that name.
Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up.
That name's probably going to be important. Okay.
I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title.
Come on, man.
I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success.
Okay.
And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Edgar.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course! We're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Ood and Blaze, okay. They seem sus. Ood. Blaze. Sus. That's the note I wrote under them. Sus. That is their note.
Yes.
Merchant Brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Huh?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a goose?
Okay.
Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in.
Okay.
I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct.
Okay.
Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the August they remember from back then.
Interesting.
A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time.
Yeah.
Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back. It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought.
That's interesting. All right, scent disappears quickly. So we'll do the scent. Scent disappeared quickly. Okay.
Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait,
Could be.
are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that
He did go for a
possibility.
quick change, yeah.
I'll send some more people to investigate.
He was so humble, and then he was like, "Oh, my
so
scent's
far to
divine."
be
That is a bit weird.
Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
He's a bit sus too now.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
Ah, my apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see.
Yeah.
I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Damn.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely
Don't save a
no
room for your
space
top
us.
student? Okay.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Ah, even better.
Sleepover. No way.
Although,
Gotta
would
go.
it
Have to get some. Be
possible
back
for
in
me
an
to
hour.
leave
See you,
some of my
LT.
luggage
Enjoy your
here?
foods.
It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
Yeah, it seems like they want us to stay away.
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Okay. Going into the hotel. Hotel. Trivago. There's a lot of flowers, yeah.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers.
Yeah.
Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Makes sense.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
It is more of a florist thing rather than a perfumer thing, which is really interesting. Look behind the door.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well?
Dun, 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 dun.
Ahem, Blaze!
Yes, of course.
Just
All right then.
zoning out, I
Where
guess.
can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine.
Okay.
Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof.
I feel like that amber wine's going to be important.
Alcohol is his one true love.
I'll write down the color of amber, or close to it, I guess, with this orange. Amber wine. I did not spell it right. Amber. Funny, because Emily's voice actor's name is Amber.
Is that so?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that either.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
That's Master's voice.
Uh-oh. He's getting kidnapped? Sounded like he was getting kidnapped.
Edgar!
I'm not on the floor.
Hey, Edgar! Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Kyria. The name again. Did the man just die?
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
He looks like he's still
No,
breathing.
don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
Kyria Auguste.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
Seems to be.
Oh, really? You think so?
Could be.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
The kid?
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared.
Nihida, right,
into thin
yes.
The Temple of Wisdom!
I clicked the wrong button.
Hey!
air. Sure enough, this is where Kyria was hiding.
Okay.
Edgar, that idiot. How did he let Kyria get to him so easily?
Oh, I thought he'd have some, like, unconscious sleepy thoughts.
Everyone hold him!
I hope we're not too late.
Okay, so Kyria... what color did I have? I had the blue. Connected to Edgar in some way. Reed? Mark? Be a kid. Okay. This is interesting.
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
Maybe. No footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. It'd be pretty difficult.
True.
Unless the culprit was Paimon's size, but kid, so that could make sense.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Yeah.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid. He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
The bottle. That must have been what it was.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body.
Right.
But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed some light on the situation.
Yeah.
Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Oh?
Wait, you know...
Hey,
Those names, Sylvain and Lucien, are their real names. Okay. How do you spell it? Sylvain and... There we go. Okay, so they're using fake names. Fake names.
were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
Liars.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into
Shivers.
the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions
Cowboy, welcome on in. Hope you're doing
lured
well.
speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
Yeah, it's these two.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Hell yeah, Emily.
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor.
Not ruin the
You
Silicon
have a
Stream
bright
Streak,
future.
hell yeah.
You wouldn't want to develop a
you're
reputation
doing well,
as someone
though.
who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
It's not alcohol.
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant
Hell
in
yeah.
Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Let's go, Emily.
You little.
Don't even think about it, man.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you, no matter what
See you later,
happened
Cowboy. Thanks
all
for
those
stopping
years
in.
ago. The court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Yeah.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain?
Lucien, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucien, Edgar, and the researcher from Sumeru
Vijava.
in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava.
Write down that name too. Amber wine is my guess. I'm guessing here. I'm doing a bit of speculation right now. Here, let me switch over to this screen. My guess is this. So, we have Kyria, right? We have Kyria. Yo, okay, this is sub. Can I go? Welcome on in! Thank you for 16 months of sub love. I hope you enjoy your emotes, all that good stuff. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some detective work. So, as I was saying, Kyria, right? Kyria. That's the kid they keep mentioning. And Vijava is the new name. I think Vijava is the parent of Kyria, and Kyria's here to get some revenge or something for something these 3 did to Vijava 20 years ago. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the kid used the idea of a ghost to bring these three all the way back to Sumeru to get their revenge for their parent. That's my theory right now. So I'm thinking right now. Let me highlight this in black so everyone can see it. So I think Kiria right here wanted to get Edgar and these two to Sumeru to get their revenge. That's what I'm thinking. What'd be the motive though? Something against their parent. The betrayal for the parent. Like, we know. Okay, here we go. Brain is working. The flower went extinct. It was specially cultivated in flower beds, but those flower beds were destroyed by a giant fire, right? Giant fire. That's a fire. Pretend that's a fire. Ooh, just scary fire. So there's a giant fire, right? That destroyed the flower beds. They were cultivated. So what if it was arson? What if it actually was arson? These three, one of them, arsoned the flower beds, and which, you know, the Java's flower beds, they wouldn't be happy about that. And so now their kid is here to take revenge for them. That's my working theory. That's my working theory. Arson. The answer is arson. And you know what's even better? You know what? You know why it's arson? Burning? You know what? Emilie, Dendro, her main thing is burning. Quest about arson? Her quest is about arson? Emilie's main thing is burning. The burning reaction. So, arson would connect to burning as a part of Emilie's story quest. Am I going too far with this? Probably. That's what a theorist does. But who knows? All I know is we still have a bit more of the quest to do. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. I almost fell off the bed. Alright. So, that's the working theory for now. Alright. So, the theory is arson. Alright? Arson. It's actually more solid than I was expecting it to be. Like, everything started to connect. I am glad I brought this whiteboard up. This is fun. We need to do this in more streams and more quests. This is fun. So right now, the theory is arson. Theory is arson. Okay. Arson. Let me get this back down. On me. Alright. Oh yeah, we'll do it in Natlan. That's for sure. We'll do it in Natlan, we'll do it in Star Rail. We'll do more with the whiteboard. Because the whiteboard is a lot of fun. So yeah, there's our theory. Arson. Arson is the reason. Arson is the motive for Kiria to get revenge, to poison Edgar. The poison flowers at the beginning! The poison flowers mentioned at the beginning of the quest, that's foreshadowing! Wait. What was it confused for? Tanari said the guy got it confused for something. Got it confused for something. Let me look on the wiki. To just go back. The first part. It's not on here yet. Damn it. It's not on here yet.
Sometime down the road, the
Didn't mean to click that.
Phantom came knocking.
That could be a foreshadowing bit.
With a list of accusations and started
Poisoned.
looking into our books. Oh, they didn't
But I think I have the motive. The motive I think is
My
arson.
brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't want to look it up. All right. So, we'll say the motive is arson and poisoned. Okay. Let's keep going.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk
Okay.
about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Yeah, tell me about
Like
them.
us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But
Okay.
before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
How would Mora burn? I think. Let's think again. So he's saying Vijava was the one who burned it. Vijava was the arsonist. I think she took the money and run. Took the money and she ran. Because Mora doesn't burn. Mora doesn't burn. Yeah, with the right temperature, but not the temperature of an average fire. Hmm. You know what? I don't even think all the flowers were there. I don't think all the flowers were there. I think she took the flowers with her too. You know why? Because of those flower pots at the very beginning of this quest. The very beginning, the pots that retain moisture and heat, she could take them with her. She could take them with her. She could have taken the flowers and the mora with her and set up the fire. I want to hear more about this fire. Because if they mention the fire and there's no mention of the smell of Auguste going up into the air, then I don't think the Auguste was there.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Oh, never mind. She died in the fire. So what happened to the mora? You know what? I don't think it was her. I don't think she did it. I don't think she set it on fire. I think it was these two. I think it was either these two or Edgar. I think it was one of them. I don't think it was her. I think they're lying. I think they're lying. I think they're snakes. I think they're snakes. I think they're lying. Because they already lied about their names. Why wouldn't they lie about this?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
Kira's name still doesn't come
The
up.
name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Yeah. Purple guy, no way. Why he purple?
Kyria was Vijava's younger.
Younger brother, not a kid. Okay. Younger brother. Younger brother. Okay.
He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing.
I think he did.
Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
What if it was him? What if he was the one who set the fire? What if Kyria was the one who set the fire. Because he knew the danger of this flower, Auguste, could be used as a poisoned or something like that. And he was the one who took it. Or like he knew his sister was planning to commit the arson, so he took all the stuff and ran. Yeah, the question is his motivation.
So you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to
Maybe to
reproduce
prove
the
to everyone that
Auguste
he
flower?
can be a better perfumer than them?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once. If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste.
Auguste. Yeah, he did seem nervous about that. Why would Kyria attack?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea.
Yeah, that makes sense for a
why she
motive.
did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And if possible, work
I don't know, man.
together
That's a bit
to
sus.
bring back Auguste. We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself. As long as
Yeah, I
we
don't
keep
believe
things
him.
honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
Well, shouldn't you let
That's why
him do
never
that if he
mentioned
wants
Kyria
to? It's
during
his
your
sister.
interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in Auguste, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Let's go find Kyria.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
Sus. They're still hiding something, yeah.
Huh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
Yeah.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Really just a perfumer who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
Yep, she's a mortician.
You're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world.
Okay.
In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent.
Yeah.
Basically, there are two
Having Emily as a
sides to
friend is one of the coolest
forensics.
things ever. Yeah, if you
Those
commit a
who
murder,
collect
she can help you
evidence
cover
to
it up.
expose the truth, and those who
I'm
clean
kidding.
up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient.
I'm messing, don't worry.
Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Armos? We should update them on the situation.
Will
I'll
do.
stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Okay.
I hope we're not too late.
Just jump. I can just jump on him. Ha.
Hey! Everyone hold hands!
Alright. Yeah, it would be a bad idea, it's true. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go in here. I can't. Alright, let's go talk to Shinari then. All the way down here. I see him. Let me in! Alright.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
Yep. Not good.
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Yeah, this isn't good.
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
Alright.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
Okay.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan.
Damn.
Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emily is certainly in the best position to help him.
True.
As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kiria.
Okay.
Oh, that's right! Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue
Swear
a
if you
career
say she was in
outside their darshan.
Sharwar.
I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar.
If she was Kasharwar, connects to the pots.
I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Alright. Middle note, blood dew. Was it 11? Or wait, what was the time? 7 to 11, okay. 7-11. Oh my god, I can see all the way to Dragonspine. You can see the Jade Chamber. No way. There it goes.
Well, it's been a day.
Alright, back up to the hotel. Need more snacks? Get the Amis. Get the foods.
But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Yes. There's Emily. Oh, she doesn't look too happy.
Emily!
How's Edgar?
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
That's good.
My chemical analysis
Yeah, Natlan's
also
almost here.
went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Questions?
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Okay.
Elemental energy?
Would that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect. even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As
Interesting.
for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh,
Someone
I
here
thought
take
he might
note?
have stopped by to see
Okay.
you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here?
Kale!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon,
Hi,
you're here
Kale.
too!
We love Kale.
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to
Cauliflower, no
finally meet you.
way.
And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emily. Did Tainari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Could it have been an alias?
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't
Oh yeah,
find
they're the
much.
same person.
How is that possible?
Maybe it was a ruse all along.
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think
Uh-oh.
Curio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them. It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
Lucian!
Uh-oh.
Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
I'm not sure. I think it might be elemental energy related. Gonna be okay?
Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious.
Better be
Like
okay.
what happened to Edgar?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain.
Oh.
We were too late this time.
No, no,
Oh, seven.
That's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock.
I think his brother's
he needs
dead.
some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Yeah, notify the
Thank you
sheriff.
both. Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Murder, one quest. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, Red Rocks, friends are cleaner.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
I feel like I
Good
did hear him
person.
call out. Yeah, but I can't check back right now.
Beautiful. All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together. are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kyria wanted.
If Kyria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
I think the reason Kyria went after Lucian, I think the reason is because Lucian was the one who wasn't, he was the worst liar. What's his name? Sylvain, he was really good at lying. He was really good at using the fake names, but Lucian wasn't. I think that's the reason Kyria went after him. Because Lucian would be more susceptible to blabbing.
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough
I feel like we
investigation
did
to find out more.
Then,
You're
would
both.
you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Luggage. Bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy. Corners. Yeah, the incense jar is a bit suspicious, actually. Probably Damascus scent. Flowers from different nations. Fragrance is incredibly strong. Door. Door leads to the hallway. The lock is intact and there are no signs of damage.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room.
The incense. Seems familiar somehow. Is that... what's it called? Spirit Borneal? Space inside the cabinet is divided into various components. Doesn't really look like a person could hide in there.
Well, looks like we've
Two Emilies, no
investigated
way.
as much as-
So, did you find anything?
The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Oh, wait. Yeah, both doors were locked. The only entrance was that one.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take
Sylvain is a bit
statement.
sus.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Damn. Bye, dead guy. He looks much calmer, okay.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hall.
Oh no, they showed a few dead
The
corpses.
only door we
Grand
kept
Thief.
unlocked was the one connecting our rooms.
The old lady in
That
Suzmin's
way,
quest.
if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
Yeah, they did have the one melt on the screen, too.
No movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed. Very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday.
Okay.
There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a goose.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A
Common
ghost is
toxins, you dip.
harmless. The market response proved that
dip.
years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Edgar.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emily, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Is that the sister's real name?
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru.
Based on
She
the
was
name.
an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
Oh, Fatus?
Oh,
The
poor
Fatui.
Kale.
Well, that means the elemental energy present in a goose
A
was...
delusion.
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh,
It's not the elemental energy itself that does it. It's because it comes from it comes from a delusion. And a delusion takes your life force.
The August flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
A delusion?
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought a goose was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, August contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
Yeah, Tepe.
that's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about a goose being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible.
Yeah, now your brother's dead.
Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
Back to the fortress for this guy.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kiria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Maréchaussée Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Yeah.
If I'd known coming to Sumeru
By the Duke
was the
uppercut
target
the
on
nuts.
my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucien would still be alive.
Oh.
All these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
I don't know.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the product circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Maréchaussée Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself.
But prolonged use of a delusion.
Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death.
Yeah.
After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine.
Yeah.
The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself.
Take the money and run. Told you.
With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Knew it.
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucien and I were searching for Kyria, to
So
take
Kyria
back
took
our
the
Mora
delusion.
and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
Yeah, but they kept all the
I
secret.
don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight.
Damn.
That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kiria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his
You
revenge.
think he'll believe you that easily?
I'm not
Sumik,
so
welcome
sure.
on in. Hope you're doing well.
Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a ghost, or something like that. It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred, especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Yeah, you'd know that,
Very
Kale.
true. Even if Yelena's death was
Doing
her
okay.
own
We're doing
choice,
some detective
I
work
wouldn't call myself
with this
innocent
quest. It's a lot
either.
of fun.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks?
Yeah.
If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do
Oh no,
you
this is
think
Emily's
Yelena's health
story
would have
quest. Friend
deteriorated
new.
as fast as it did? If we hadn't
Suffering
invited the
emotional damage,
Marechaussee
true.
Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
Oh.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucian? He was just following my orders. Lucian's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
Yep. It's gonna happen.
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Does that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
It's desperation.
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose...
Got Emily super early? Hell yeah, we'd love to see it. Love to see it. Plenty of time to save for Natlin now.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture?
Okay.
Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucian. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
Okay.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
Alright, we can upstand guard.
I'll also keep watch.
Hell yeah.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn
That
back.
shot through the window right
And
now.
besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he
It's like he's
doesn't see a
watching
way to
us
get
right
his hands
now.
on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using a goose on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone standing guard, even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
You need to rest, man.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up. Start
No,
spreading
split
that
up and
information
search for
before it's too late.
clues. Let's go, gang. It's me, Fred. I like traps.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's
Oh,
someone
they're
in that
using them to
black
spread the
velvet
rumor. I
fragrance
like
for
it.
our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
British.
Oh, everyone on the
No,
street
why?
is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kyria is hiding, he must have heard them by now.
Yeah,
Let's
one
head back to
street.
the
Good job,
hotel and
Paimon.
take a break.
For Twitter now, oh
See
my
how the other
god.
preparations are going while we're at it.
Return up to the inn. I mean, yeah, Fontaine is a bit more like Twitter. The news everywhere. I love Emily's dress, by the way. It looks so cool when you're walking. Look at that. So cool.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help
Probably
but
her
notice
history
that
with
something
Fatui.
seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You
Yeah, I
seem
can't wait for
very
now. It's gonna be
preoccupied
so
with
fun.
Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh, Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway.
That's good.
I've just been thinking. If Kyria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucian last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think?
It is interesting.
When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died, and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized, maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
Which is fucked
so
up.
Did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Poor baby.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now.
I'm just loving the details
Some
on her
of them
glasses,
even
by the
try to
way.
stop me,
The supports
begging
on the
me
bridge of her
not to
nose. It's
erase
so
the
good.
last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers
if it's
forever
leaks,
out
don't
of
talk
reach.
about leaks here, please. We don't want to talk about the
I've
leaks.
witnessed
Only official
a
stuff.
lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough.
Yes, I am an
not to
official
have
Hoyo
suffered
creator,
that kind
so
of loss.
no leaks here. Can't
But
talk about leaks
that
on
also
Twitch.
makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
Yeah.
Huh. The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone.
Right.
Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru.
Aww.
So I'd like to
Arsian,
take
welcome
care
on
of
in.
my
Thank you so much for the
plants
follow.
while
Hope you're doing
I
well.
still can.
Welcome, welcome.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye.
Aww.
Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
Yeah.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
You in Lucien's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Fine with me. What about you?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Oh, just sharing a room. No way. No way. Listen.
Hey, I wonder how it really felt for Kiria. Finally getting his revenge.
She's probably thinking back to Dottore like, I want to beat up Dottore.
It's just one problem after another.
Okay.
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kiria given up on his revenge?
I don't think so.
Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Shame hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kiria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
No reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
Can't abandon our post.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
They only bloom at night, yeah.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Is it the mixture of the flowers that like earlier?
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
He was murdered too? Oh
First
god.
it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Yeah, the mixture at the beginning. Rainbows, Glazily, Cecilia's.
Evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kiria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers.
Oh.
If it is indeed my time to go, then
I would love hibiscus, my favorite flower.
Regrets. But Kiria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kiria himself, once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition. He's off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland.
Yeah.
I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them.
Oh.
I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
I don't think he asked about Sylvain, no.
Another all-nighter. Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
I'm sure she's prepared.
That's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
Pretty simple.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
Looks like you have been saying that for a while, Paimon, yeah.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Is it just gonna be in the flowers?
This is it.
Oh, and the glaze lilies, because they only bloom at night. Of course.
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back.
How'd it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Yeah.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the
Weijang
petals
flowers.
are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an agousse sample.
A goose.
If applied to the outside, there's a sticky substance on the... If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then, in the daytime, the
Yeah.
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together, and enclosed a sample of agouste in the center. That way, the agouste would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious.
Interesting.
However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the agouste trapped inside.
Interesting.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning,
Real glaze
the
lily moon.
sample of agouste
Looking
would
it up.
have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering
Oh, that's
odor
pretty.
would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because a goose is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Okay. Primordial sea?
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar.
Yeah, Spirit
Thinking
Borneal.
back on it. In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation.
Which
and
connects to the
stimulate
elements, yeah.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
Spirit Borneal.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru. Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru,
Gonna go to bed, it's almost 2 a.m. Hope you have fun finding out the answer at the end. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your sleeps. Enjoy your sleeps.
The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
Meticulously designed trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the Mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free.
True.
But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Oh.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily, it all points to one person. Kyria and Edgar are one and the same.
You know, I kind of had like a crazy thought about that early in the quest, like, oh, like maybe Edgar is like secretly the brother, it's a secret name. But then I was like, no, he's too old for that.
But Kyria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40
Exactly,
years old
that was
by
my
now.
thought.
Edgar's lived here for so many
Except for the
years.
deterioration, of
Even if he
course.
changed his appearance,
Of course.
long without giving
It ages
anything
you
away,
up.
It would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
Like Tepe, he aged up.
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
A delusion.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
Suicide.
Why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
He had a hand in it
If he
too.
left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Then there's still one target left.
Himself. Damn.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and
It's
my
after
partner
him.
immediately chased
After him.
We
Base
should
note.
hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Wait.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchant.
Alright, ask this guy.
A ghost! It's a ghost!
Is he going after
It's
the
all
real
right.
Edgar or
Please,
something? Is
calm
there a
down
different
and
Edgar
take
here?
a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me. How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
In the heat, that's right.
Everyone who...
What was that thing?
This is terrifying.
Hey,
I can't do it yet.
This is terrifying.
This is terrifying.
no, don't come any closer. Everyone hold hands.
Almost at the end, we're getting there. We're on the base note.
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Okay. Is this the way I went? Where is it? Up that way. Go up the hill. I have to wait for my stamina. Biddy cliff. There are shrooms. There were shrooms. I'm a dingus. I'm a bit of a
The
dingus.
scent is getting
Oh, yep.
stronger.
Here's a
This
domain.
must be the place.
The Secret Garden of a Ghost. That's actually a really cool name. Secret Garden of a Ghost. I forgot there are mushrooms. I'm a bit of a silly.
Oh! O's!
There's a guy.
Are you alright? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but
Yeah, the
for some
delusion
reason,
stuff.
it's hard to
Delusion.
breathe. This feeling, I've
Oh,
encountered it before.
Kale.
Everything looks all right.
Or baby.
It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume.
Scaramouche. That's why I'm wearing the
He's
hat.
a
I'm
good
Scaramouche. Secret
I
revealed.
can't just abandon him to die by Curious hand.
O's, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kiria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
Welcome to
That's
delusions.
precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
Delusion.
Kiria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru?
Yeah.
I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kiria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kiria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise.
Damn.
The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade.
Yeah.
And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed: Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
Yeah.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly.
Exactly.
I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right.
Exactly.
The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy.
Yeah.
In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to
We're
us.
safe here.
Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Smart move.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
All right.
Got it.
Getting more guys.
Traveler, Emilie, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kyria.
Okay.
We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
Right. Let's get him. Emilie trial time. Let's go. Let's go. Do we have a weapon? We do. So pretty.
Yeah. Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy. I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
We did it. Chest. 2 primos. 2 primo gems.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers!
They are pretty.
There are so many of them. Paimon can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
Emilie,
I fear
it's
that
like the
statement
opposite
is
of boring.
truer
It's
than you
really
know,
fun,
Paimon.
actually.
Using a delusion
I've been
comes
really
at a
enjoying this
cost.
story.
Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
Yeah.
Why would Kyria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
Damn. Wow, an apple and a carrot. There's someone over there. I don't know, so far this one's kind of beating up Farina's for me. I like Farina's, but this one's winning.
I see everything. Fresh and floral. Reconstitute.
Alright. So we're going to scare this one too. That way. I like this mechanic, it's fun. Okay. Bit finicky, but it's fun.
A plant that destroys
Oops.
seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Okay, so we have to avoid that light. Got it. I love this song, by the way. It's a good one. Alright, almost there. Into the green. Nice. I like little puzzles like that. Fun little puzzles. 5 Primo Gems!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
This place is so pretty. Just walk through like this. Okay, or not. Never mind.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning.
There's the delusion. And dead. Not dead, almost dead.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
Oh.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena?
Oh.
Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day.
Dude.
Yelena? Yelena!
Dude.
No! Don't leave me!
Oh.
Please! Yelena!
Emily? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
Yeah.
No. The amount of August I drank, it should have been enough.
That was fake.
A fake? But how?
Yeah, he was trying to kill
We
himself,
started
but
making
nope,
the
we
preparations
pranked
last
you.
night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
Look at Curio!
This is the scent.
Look how cute she is!
Exactly.
Oh my
We're
god!
unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence.
Oh my
That
god.
is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent?
With the
in
long hair
whole
too, oh
world?
my god.
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in
So
and
cute.
fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Yep.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
To use the bottle they found from the first crime scene, right?
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Wait, Sylvain's still alive?
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Wait, he's still alive?
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients
Same
would
ones
have
earlier.
conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past.
They didn't
But
show the body, you're right.
We found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord,
True.
even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to
I love
Auguste
these new split
became
things
so
they have in these
inflated,
quests.
You allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
You forgot that was just a bottle of perfume.
Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead.
Hell yeah.
Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then.
You made it boring. No, this is
That
one of the
means
best
the news
ones.
of
It's one of the most
Sylvain's death.
interesting.
The
Got me
crowd
thinking, we
gathered
do
outside the
entire
hotel
detective
this
work. It was
morning.
awesome.
It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
Oh.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well,
There's so many twists. I love it.
suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
Every story quest we've had always something related to the
don't
next.
feel
Usually
the
a
need
design
to
is
justify
disguise,
my
something to do with her past.
Nor do I
Yeah,
intend
exactly.
to repent for
I mean,
them.
I'm guessing there's like a common theme about disguises and
what I
like
set out
people
to
aren't
do.
who they really say they are.
May have lost.
That I've been
in the
noticing in Fontaine's a little bit.
But it was my choice every step
Or
of
like
the
he
way.
knows everyone's like, oh, she's like completely evil and everything, but then like she had a way to help the people who want to leave the House of the Hearth and like all that. It's interesting.
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
LA.
Stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emily.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combined their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a
That is a
stroke
good
of
idea.
genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really
All flowers
do
meaning
seem like
love.
flowers you would choose, Yelena.
Oh. I might thresh over. Not long after that, Kiria accepts his fate without saying a word. Damn. is a pretty place. And thus, all the turmoil caused by a Ghost finally comes to an end. I can't finish it. We're in Fontaine. How'd we get here? Magic.
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume. Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Man,
Seems
I'm gonna
like
cry.
everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify a Ghost.
Did you use the accord from back in Sumeria?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting.
Oh,
I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking.
that looks so pretty.
Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon! Oh, it smells great!
Not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind, Paimon.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Here's final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
Yeah.
If I had to guess,
Language of flowers,
I'd say
yep.
it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
A language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a Ghost.
Okay.
After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living.
Oh.
Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a Ghost.
That's what she wanted for her brother.
Do you think Kiria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Yeah.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks.
Oh?
Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a Ghost could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a Ghost truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
We have it. That was a really good quest. It's a gadget? Oh my god, we can smell. That was perfect. She was smelling it. Oh my god. We have particles. Wait, that's so cool. Excuse me. That's so cool. We just get little particles. That was a good quest. That was a really good quest. Wow. Oh, wait, where am I? Where am I? I'm in the hotel, right? Hotel de Board? Yeah. It's like I wasn't in Port Ormos. What are you doing? What are you doing, game? Yeah, that quest was amazing. I absolutely loved that. Yeah. Alright. I do have to get going. I'm guessing this is Emily. Yeah, she's cute. I do have to get going. I have to go get lunch. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I gotta go do that. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you guys on Friday for... I believe we're doing Ocarina of Time on Friday. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out.